Rivero, the Director of Bands at Stoneman Douglas High School. Your very first trip to Grand Nationals. I know you've been to Bands of America events before, but Grand Nats is a big one, I guess, particularly coming from so far away.
Yes, absolutely. We're very excited about it.
The decision behind coming to Grand Nats this year, because that's a lot of money you have to raise. I know you guys are already you've been fundraising for a trip to London to the New Year's Day parade that's coming up, so
Mhm.
that's quite a bit of money you guys are having to spend in a short amount of time. So what was behind the decision to compete in Grand Nationals this year?
Right. Well, it was actually, we were supposed to go last year, and we were supposed to go to London the year before that. So obviously, COVID, like it did to everybody else in the world, it kind of got in the way of our plans. So just like our London trip rolled over a couple of years, the Grand Nationals rolled forward 1 year, and it just happened to all coincide where we're going to Grand Nationals in November. We're going to go to London in December, and then next November, we're going to be marching in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. So yeah, it's we got a major trifecta happening.
I saw that, and a lot of travel, and I know you had travel schedule altered because of yet another little storm down that way.
Yeah, absolutely. This tropical storm Nicole, which is set to be a Hurricane Nicole here soon, we quickly got into our plan B and plan C about getting the group on the road earlier to Indianapolis. It's costing us a little bit more money now, another hotel evening that we weren't expecting, but the parents and families here in Parkland are totally behind MSD's first time going to Grand Nationals. So they said, absolutely, let us know what we need to do, and we're going to make it happen.
How do your students handle an adjustment like that, and how do they handle leaving so early, being on the road a lot, and then you got to get unpacked and then go do your thing on the field? How are the students handling that?
Yeah, at first I think they're handling it quite well. I think it's twofold the answer to that question. We have a very large freshman class. 64 members of the 160 in the band are freshmen. So I think one angle, they really don't know any different, so they're just kind of going with the flow. But secondly, we always talk about improvising, adapting, and overcoming to whatever situation we are put to, and that's what they do. They're resilient, and they're just they're adjusting.
Your show, I believe, is titled "The Living Seas" this year. What's
Sure.
the show about a little bit, without giving away too much?
Well, without giving away too much, it's a look at our incredible sea, okay, from above, and then we venture below, and then we make our way back up. And I'll leave everything out after that, but you'll see some splendid colors that all of a sudden arrive in the show. It starts off real blue-ish, and yeah, it's been great. Great music that we put it to, a great design team, and just a great staff and students that I'm really fortunate to be associated with.
Now, you are at a different point in your season than the Indiana bands, for example, are in their season. We just had state finals. And so Grand Nationals, for the bands that are competing, that's the culmination of marching season here in Indiana. You guys, but we talked about your trips coming up, but you guys still have your state finals coming up ahead of this. So how do you work a long trip, which is going to be kind of exhausting, at least while you're making it? How do you
Yeah.
work that into your preparation for trying to win your state competition coming up?
Yeah, well, everything I think we all go through trying to make sure that we peak at the right time and not peak too early. And that's always a challenge for I think any program. However, this program that we've been with this year, our production, The Living Seas, it's really evolved quite well, and I think the kids are going to do just that, and they're going to peak. We were undefeated at all of our local shows this year, and the state thing, we really weren't going to go this year. We were going to end with Grand Nationals, just like you would think. However, they moved our state championships to Fort Lauderdale, which is right in our backyard. So, in terms of costs, it always costs money whenever you move a marching band anywhere. And since it's in our backyard, everybody was like, well, why don't we just go, seeing that it's here? And so we said, okay, and we're going to it. So yeah, we're happy to go back. We were state champions last year, and hoping that it'll happen again. And if it doesn't, it's been an incredible season anyways, so it really doesn't matter. Again, kids have done an exceptional job. This past a couple weeks ago, when we went to the Orlando Regional, we scored the highest score that Stoneman Douglas has ever scored at a Bands of America Regional. So, I mean, that was exciting enough right there. But it's just like I said, I think the show is going to peak right at the right time, and it's going well.
Now, when someone goes to Grand Nationals here and they're going to hear Stoneman Douglas High School called out, they're going to realize, oh, it's that Stoneman Douglas High School. And without dwelling too much on the events of just over 4 years ago, how do you handle questions about that when you're in a new place? Because this is your first time to Grand Nationals. This will be the first time at least some people have seen this incredible band that has a tremendous resume perform. But again, their first thought is going to be, oh, it's Stoneman Douglas. I wonder what they're thinking still. How do you handle questions about the events of 4 years ago at this juncture?
I think that it's important for everybody to realize our vision statement when we arrived here at Stoneman Douglas in 2019. When I say we, I mean my son, Robert, and myself. My son, Robert, is my associate director of bands. He writes all of our music. He's a genius. But when we arrived to this school, we talked about the element of fun in marching band. That's got to be the number one rule. And we really don't have rules. We just have expectations in our program. But the number one rule is to have fun with what we do. And then I took it a step further. I said, we are going to let the world know that there's a lot more good and a lot more great things going on at Stoneman Douglas High School. And that's what our mission statement has been since we have arrived. And I think we are doing that. We're finally going to realize this trip to London that we actually planted the seed for in 2019 when we arrived. We put in for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade a great packet 1 year ago, and we were picked for that. And definitely, I think solely by merit. It was an incredible band last year that was playing the music of Bach, Beethoven, Mozart, Saint-Saëns. I mean, it was just a high-end show. And we are just continuing that upward slope again of letting the whole country know the great things that are going on at Stoneman Douglas High School.
If you want to see them play, you got to get there a little early. 8 o'clock Friday morning is showtime, which I suppose could be worse. Could be 6:45. Because
it was 7:15, so we'll take 8 a.m. instead of 7:15.
True, but still early call time for the band. But I know they'll be up for it, and we're really looking forward to seeing you guys, and hopefully advance to semifinals, maybe even to finals while you're here.
Yes, sir. And again, I want to thank you and that great city that we're going to be coming to real soon. Our students are really used to the warm weather over here, so I'm sure it's going to be a little bit of a shock, but they're really excited about it, and they can't wait to get to Indianapolis. And again, it's our first time going, so we are just all happy to be here.
What's up, Indy? I hope you will subscribe to my channel. There's a link you can click on in the pinned comment below. I also hope you'll like this video, and please share it if you do like it. And if you want more marching band goodies, click on that video right over there.